Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Renée-Suzanne, and I want to give a special welcome to my really special subscribers for being here, and welcome to anyone who is new and just passing through. Hopefully, we make a subscriber out of you. Today, we have a little bit of a long video. It is called The Greatest Show on Earth. I believe it's a 5-part song by Nightwish. It's an official live, and it also at the end features Richard Dawkins. I don't know if you know who Richard Dawkins is, but he is an evolutionary biologist. He's an author. He is an English ethologist. Yeah, a lot to do with science and what is real according to science, not just something that you believe in. It has to be proven. So anyway, I'm excited to see this 5-part video with you. Oh, that's lovely. Like in the beginning there were stars. Change colors. I love their use of keyboard and guitar together to set a mood. And when they have visuals behind them also. And look, it's so dark that you still haven't seen anyone's face, but they're setting a mood. Okay, something's happening. Cracks and crumbles. The whole stage is lifting. Chaos is now called. Some background vocal. There she is. Is there a good place to stop for Jansen? I just don't think there is. But that wonderful opera training she has is obviously showing through here. And this whole thing is just creating this energy, this feeling of initial calmness. And then they built up to what felt like chaos and brought it back down again. And then you heard Flora with just vocalizing in the background before she started to sing. Is that a form of a bagpipe? Somebody in the comments let me know down below. What exactly is that instrument? Is it a form of a bagpipe? Or I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but it sure sounds this similar. Fossils.
After sleeping through 100 million centuries, we have finally opened our eyes on a sumptuous planet, sparkling with color, bountiful with life. Within decades, we must close our eyes again. Isn't it a noble and enlightened way of spending our brief time in the sun? To work at understanding the universe and how we have come to wake up in it.
Ominous.
The cosmic law of gravity pulled the newborns around the fire. Careless cold infinity in every vast direction. Lonely Pharaoh in the Goldilocks zone, she has exhaled to exhale. From the stellar nursery into a carbon feast. Enter Luca, the tapestry of pain. slowly enter the tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the guiding, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. Progress of what will be, science of the evolution.
What we are and what we will be, science already wrote. You see, we are one. We are a universe. That is a message that people, I think, right now could really use from around everywhere around this world. That we are all human. We all come into this world and come into being the same way. And we all leave the same way. Death takes us all eventually. And, they spoke earlier, it's about what you do with your, glorious life that you've been given, that those decades in between. So I can see why they have Richard Dawkins narrating part earlier, and it seems like maybe at the end, definitely. As a man who believes in science and not necessarily not religion. So interesting, very, very interesting, but an important message nonetheless. Let's go back a little bit here.
There's a writing in the guiding, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. Progress of what will be, science of the evolution. Hey, young spies, right down the tide of our soul. The day-to-day new opening for the greatest show on earth. We are here to care for the garden, the wonder of earth, of every form most beautiful. Every form most beautiful. Are one, we are a universe. Forebears of what will be, science of the Devonian sea. Hey, young stars, right down the tide of our soul. A day-to-day new opening for the greatest show on earth.
I'm going to stop right there. So it's day to day is the opening of the greatest show of all. So do not take it a single day for granted, because you'll never get it back. You'll never get to repeat it. You'll never be able to undo it. And I like how they're showing, sort of evolutionary imagery in the background, of sea animals first, and now there's, there was the sea turtle and there were fish, and now here's some sea anemone. Big crashing huge waves. I enjoy this very much. Now the animals, bringing forth the animals. Oh, wow. What an experience this is. Land, animals running across the land. Wow, the way they talk about the beginning of humans, and oh, it's just chilling. Our eagerness to understand, wanting to explore, and even wanting to understand a single grain of sand. The curiosity that we are naturally born with. Very, very interesting, and the music just goes along with each part of it. It ebbs and flows in tempo with the evolution of animals and humans over time. A single grain of sand. He gave birth to poetry, but one day seems to be bring the last light of my memory. Oh, yeah. to just the stars. Ooh. Snakes. Little children. Houses. Nuclear war! Building. War.
Time in the sun, and a dream to understand a single grain of sand. It can bunch of poetry, but wonder seems to be with the last night of the memory. Now it took his time in the sun, and a dream to understand a single grain of sand. It can bunch of poetry, but wonder seems to be bring the last night of my memory.
Oh, wow.
With us, we were here. Raise your voices up on the balconies and down here, everybody, as loud as you can. We were here.
Yeah, that's just it. Wanting to leave your mark. You know, one day we will cease to be. We had brought with us poetry, but we won't always be here. And we want to leave our mark, you know, singing We Were Here.
And the last one, we were
Time passes. Everything explodes. Now we come to the understanding. Okay, this is where Richard Dawkins, I think. I'm going to stop because I think this is where Richard Dawkins comes in and does a bit. Or we're close to it. And I'm curious to what they have him add to this. Beautiful music score. It's multiple songs linked, part one, you know, parts, 5 parts.
We are going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones.
Oh,
Most people are never going to die because they're never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never see the light of day, outnumber the sand grains of Sahara.
wow.
Certainly those unborn ghosts include greater poets than Keats, scientists greater than Newton. We know this because the set of possible people allowed by our DNA so massively exceeds the set of actual people. In the teeth of these stupefying...
So what he said there was that the way that we know that there's so many people that will not have had the chance to have lived is because the actual possible numbers of combinations of DNA far exceeds the number of people that actually were born, when we know what their DNA is. Interesting. And it says, in the teeth of those stupefying odds, it is you and I in our ordinariness that are here. Wow.
It is you and I in our ordinariness that are here. We privileged few who won the lottery of birth against all odds. How dare we whine at our inevitable return to that prior state from which the vast majority have never stirred?
The band take their bow. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit here. So now we will hear from Mr. Richard, Dr. Richard Dawkins, the man with whom they are sharing this information of the greatest show on earth, and giving him the end of the song to say what he has to say.
Thus, from the war of nature, from famine and death, the most exalted object which we are capable of conceiving, namely the production of the higher animals, directly follows. There is grandeur in this view of life, with its several powers originally breathed into a few forms or into one. And that whilst this planet has gone cycling on according to the fixed law of gravity, from so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm going to take that as, yes, a celebration of life. You know, how the earth came into being, and how things and humans, how animals and the earth and humans evolved over time, and the incredible gift we've been given to have been born and spend our time on earth, however long that is for each of us. Wow. That's something I'm going to have to rewatch and do some thinking on. It's absolutely incredibly beautiful, beautifully written, beautifully executed. I do appreciate Richard Dawkins' part in it. Although I believe, you know, as an evolutionary biologist, he he believes that we were all, you know, from Africa, and I believe, we were all apes at one time. And there are those who believe that that is true. There are others who believe that that there is a higher power, a God who created the heavens and the earth, and that humans came from the original humans, Adam and Eve. But either way, it doesn't seem like they touch on religion in this. It's really just no one can dispute evolution has happened, because we all have evolved. Animals evolved. You change according to the world around you over time. Just like us living in the 2020s are experiencing a world that has a climate and a cultures and societies and countries and whatever that were different than 100 years ago, 200 years ago. In fact, where I live in the United States of America, we're a baby. Our country is a baby, only being as old as it is compared to many, many other more ancient cultures. And quite frankly, I am extremely grateful, not only for the opportunity to have been born into this world, but to be born with the rights that I have, living where I live, enjoying the freedoms that I have. I distinctly remember as a 12-year-old girl that really hitting me, and I'll never forget it. If you enjoyed this video, well, give me a thumbs up. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe down below. I would appreciate it. Like I said, we're on our road to 5,000 subscribers. And that is it for now. Thanks for sticking with me if you're still here for this long, through this long video. But I personally think it was totally worth it. Something I am definitely, like I said, going to go back and explore more and more and listen to more and more. And I hope you do too. So as usual, though, it is only goodbye for now.